So we talked to Gosman. He said plan is for him to go Friday. Do you guys have any more pitching plans that you can share for the weekend?
Yeah, I mean, I think the goal, assuming everything goes well with Clay today, would be for him to pitch Saturday, and Sunday I think we're back to Boyd.
So Clay's throwing the bullpen today?
Yeah. Yeah, Clay and Kevin threw a bullpens today.
Did you give us your lineup, or was it online? Is there anything different in it?
Pete's DHing. Tyrone's playing center.
How nice is it to just have that flexibility out there with Tyrone and the defensive ability?
Yeah, I mean, I think, we actually kind of talking about this this past weekend with just the way the schedule was going with the day game today. It'd be great if we could. The Dodgers rotation has been changing a little bit, but with the lefty, it just made it complete sense to do this. And Pete's been out there every single day. He's been out there every day through the stretch. So trying to just get him a day off his feet.
Seen Ethan Roberts around. Is there a next step for him?
So Ethan is he's on the injured list. Obviously, he's probably going to go make another rehab appearance, but I think with everything going on, there's thought maybe, yeah.
You guys have played the best baseball of anybody since I think June 11th. Yet catching Milwaukee seems to be difficult. Is there any real need to worry about Milwaukee, considering how well your team is playing?
I mean, that's not going to help. We would like to make up ground, but worrying about it is not going to help me do it.
Right.
So I'm not. We get an opportunity to play them. That's when we can worry about it. Other than that, we just got to do our thing.
Valencia's going today, right?
Valencia's going today. Cabrera's going today. Hobie Milner's going today. We've got a doubleheader for you today, Shahada.
Valencia's going to need multiple outings.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
When Daniel comes back, last year he came back. He was tremendously effective, but not necessarily at the end of the game. Would that be a similar plan that you're thinking about going forward with this year?
Yeah, I think initially when Daniel comes back, we're going to certainly should be flexible with where he pitches and just get him kind of into some appearances. And if we get to a place where we're kind of getting a little bit more defined, great. If we don't, great. But I think certainly when he comes back, we're going to be flexible.
He's been battle tested, WBC playoffs last year, all those things. But do you still look at him as a player development guy that's still developing into the pitcher he'll be?
I mean, the big thing I look at is he's pitched 12 innings this year. Like, he just hasn't pitched this year. So I think, that's probably my concern right now. We got to get innings under his belt. I think, look, we think the injury is behind him, but we're still got to be a little careful too, I think, at the start here. But we got to get some innings under his belt too.
Is that Holmes option in the bullpen just break glass in case of emergency situation?
The what?
Clay Holmes maybe potentially in the bullpen at some point. Just only if...
I think everybody's potentially that. Yeah.
He'd be probably the first option.
I mean, I've seen Clayton Kershaw pitch out of the bullpen. Everybody's an option.
Do you think Hobie, does he need another one after today? Or are you going to see how he's feeling? Or does it feel like...
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see what's going on there, yeah.
Is it possible you have too much pitching?
I think that questions always answer themselves around that. look, I think, there certainly is a possibility that we have guys pitching in places they haven't generally pitched in for a short period of time. But that's maybe the downside of this. That's it, right? It will, confident that it'll work itself out. So no is the answer. Yeah.
Hampson left Pregame at third.
Yes. Yeah.
Guys like Gausman and Holmes, they come over with experience and pitched in the World Series. They talk about how hungry they are to get back there. Obviously, you got some other guys already on the team who have been that far. But what is adding that to this group? That hunger to kind of get back there. What does that do kind of in the clubhouse when they're having conversations with some of these guys?
Well, I think we're just in a spot where, let's just go out and have fun and compete today. And I think that's what that's what's fun when you come to the field and you like competing with the people you're competing with. You show up for a great atmosphere. I think it makes you think of bigger things, but the task at hand is kind of really what's the task at hand, and that's what you focus on. So, dreaming big dreams and thinking about big things is great, and we want people to do that. But I think, creating an atmosphere and a team that's playing like this is kind of something you have to do every day. So that's what you worry about every single day.
When you take pros like Assad and Ray out of roles that they're in and put them in other ones, do you automatically know that they'll respond with, yes, this is good for the team, but the competitor inside of them thinks it's a bad idea because they've competed to get to that point?
Yeah, I think, I've talked to Colin. Like I said, I think we're going to have guys pitch at doing things they maybe haven't done in the past as much. And that may be a little, different for them. And we may have to, kind of be careful with how we manage them in those roles. But these things will figure themselves out. I also think, look, we have some competition kind of in the starting rotation right now too. That's kind of how we're going to look at it too, and that's how I'm looking at it a little bit too. And that's not a bad thing either.
Craig, both Gausman and Clay Holmes either unprompted or very quickly mentioned your defense and wanting to play behind it or in front of it. Does that just speak to the reputation? They see it, they see the highlights, they see the stats. For them to say it just, like one of the first things they said, it was interesting.
Yeah, we were well represented at that ceremony last year. I don't know if, and so I think, yeah, we've got a really good defense, and I think, I think this is a place where highlights do help you a little bit, right? It's a place where maybe the talk of defensive, kind of the being able to quantify defense a little more helps you as a team, and I think it is true. Like if you're a pitcher, this is the defense you want to pitch behind, and I think hopefully a lot of pitchers are recognizing that.
Does it push other guys to be gold glove caliber who were good players defensively, but maybe now aspire to be great?
I don't know if that pushes them necessarily. I think you always feel a responsibility when you're playing along, to your teammates. So I think, I think it can raise the level for sure.
When you're talking about guys being in roles they might not be used to or competition in the rotation, just how much does the nature of the playoffs kind of play into that, where kind of roles and things go out the window, outs are what are important, and guys have to kind of be willing to step into different situations in a playoff, especially a wild card series?
Yeah, I think everybody recognizes it during the playoffs. I think that's for sure. It is harder during the regular season because the games just don't stop, right? And look, and the jobs are different sometimes with the relievers, the rest, the availability. It's a different training a little bit. So I do want to acknowledge that that is something different. Javi and Colin have done it though. They both have experience in it. David Peterson has experience in it. Clay Holmes has experience in it in the regular season. So it is a different job, and you have to recognize that.
When you said we have to be careful with how we look at guys, are you talking about shortening up guys that are lengthened out and then making sure they're still able to lengthen out if you need them?
No, I'm more talking about just a routine of like warming up, not getting in a game, warming up, pitching an inning, how you feel the next day, that kind of thing. Like that's just not what starters do. They get ready, they pitch, they recover.
But being able to do both, a long man and start, is that a little bit more complicated these days, or right now in this juncture of the season?
Actually, I don't think that would be complicated. I think the other one, I don't think we can have like 3 long men though. So that's what's not going to work necessarily, right? We could pitch really different. We could figure out how to pitch really differently, but yeah.